Action. Hi, everybody. I'm Tom.
I'm Mike.
This is No Sense. So go ahead and give us some news today, Mike.
All right.
What we got going on?
Our first story. The headline, pilots in Los Angeles warned after possible sighting of man wearing jetpack.
They're warned.
Yes.
There's a superhero.
Yeah, there's
Iron Man.
Billionaire flying around in a jetpack. So it says, pilots flying in and out of Los Angeles International Airport were given a warning after a possible sighting of a man flying a jetpack in the area. It said a Boeing 747 pilot reported seeing an object that might have resembled a jetpack 15 miles east of LAX at 5,000 feet altitude.
This guy is that high?
5,000 feet in the air.
Dude, not only are you using a jetpack, you're
You're maxing that thing
you're
out.
5,000 feet. The balls on this person.
It says, out of an abundance of caution, air traffic controllers alerted other pilots in the vicinity. The FAA said there were no unusual objects spotted on radar in the area.
And he's off the charts, dude. And he's off the grid.
And the funny thing is, it says the possible sighting comes after a number of similar sightings in late 2020. A video captured in December shows something resembling a man wearing a jetpack in the sky over LA.
Wow.
And it says investigators have suggested the object in the video could be a drone made to resemble a man. But they never found the guy.
Dude, he's too
They
good.
spotted him, but they never found him.
This is a real-life superhero.
Yeah, it's just some maniac flying around in a jetpack.
I think it's great.
My wish is that it actually is someone flying
I hope
around
it is, too.
I don't want it to be a drone, because that's just boring. But
Dude, I'm like living my childhood fantasies, knowing this guy's freaking flying through the air, you know?
you always see the jetpacks in movies and cartoons. You never think they would actually be a real invention, but someone might have one out there.
Well, I know it's a real. I mean, I see people even on the jet skis or on the water and stuff. You
Yeah,
see
the
people,
water ones.
The
I've
water
seen
ones
those.
are crazy. Just imagine if you were rich enough, you're like, dude, I want to fly. And everybody's like, cool, dude, you can buy a plane. You know, you're a billionaire. You're like, no, dude, like I want to personally be flying in a jetpack, and and I want to fly with the birds and the planes at 5,000 feet. If you wipe out, man, that's it. There's no.
This dude just said, I want to be a UFO.
Dude.
And just went and did it.
He's all, and guess what? I don't want anybody to be able to catch me.
I don't want to ever be found. No one should know who I am.
Yeah, I wonder about like the two friends. They're like, dude, he's on TV again. They don't even know.
Do you think he told anyone?
They're like, that's Mike, man. Oh, gosh. Oh, he's got to tell one person.
Dude.
He's got an Alfred.
If I had money, like crazy, like FU money, I'd probably do something like that.
You think
too.
so?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I have
I don't know about a jetpack because I'm afraid of heights, but
Dude, a jetpack is just another. To be like, I'm just going to cruise in the sky, that's a different. I don't know. Like, there's a lot of things I would do that were crazy with my money, but flying in the air with a jetpack,
that's like
I might let somebody else fly in the air with my jetpack, but I don't know if I have the.
That's superhero shit right there.
Yeah, man, you got.
That's like Batman. If he was just a maniac.
Yeah, or Tony Stark. That's Tony Stark in it, dude.
This could be the origin of a real Tony Stark.
Well, if the superhero's around, you know what comes next?
There's got to be a villain.
There's got to be a villain, so I want to know who the supervillain is.
If the second man gets spotted in, like, Florida man wearing a jetpack, he could be the villain.
There are two men fighting with jetpacks.
Wouldn't that be awesome to see, like, a jetpack fight in real life?
Dude, an airplane's just, like, cruising by. They're like, everybody's looking out their window.
Can you imagine?
A jetpack fight? Nobody, man.
Can you imagine being a pilot, getting ready to land at LAX, and you look out your cockpit window and you see some dude flying in a jetpack?
Talk about a distraction.
God dang, dude. That would be something else.
Yeah, that'd be hard to fly, man. You'd be like, dude, all right, videotape. I can't see, man. Get out of the way.
I'm surprised. Yeah, like, there was a video with the story, but it was the one from 2020.
Oh, really?
That they were talking about. And it looked like a guy flying a jetpack.
Think about this. In every superhero movie, when somebody's flying, what happens? Somebody looks out the plane window. They're like, did you see that? And somebody flies by the window. That's what happened right here.
Yeah. He wasn't, like in the video, he didn't look like he was going that fast, but I mean, he was way, way up there.
Dude, he's 5,000 feet in the air.
Yeah.
That's like...
I'd be pooping my pants, dude, if I was doing that.
Dude, imagine when you get to 5,000 feet, you just look down. How does that deal with pressure and stuff? Would you have to have special gear?
I don't know. I would assume that that's like topping out.
It's got to be close, right?
Yeah, because you can't go out of like what is it called? Like
I don't know.
It's not outer space, but it's like
the ozone?
Yeah, like to where the pressure is going to like start. Or at least like...
Where does the pressure start? That's what we got to figure out.
I don't know.
Because planes go higher than 5,000, don't they?
Yeah, way higher.
Yeah, I was going to say, so...
Like 30,000 feet.
That's what I was... Okay, so they go up to like 30,000. And that's when like the door opens and like, you know, and you always see like...
Yeah.
Shit gets ripped apart, right? So when you skydive, it's like 5,000. Do people skydive at 5,000 feet?
I think they might go higher.
Really? Okay, so
I'm trying to think of like...
I guess that's not as crazy as I thought.
I'm trying to... Well, 5,000 is pretty high. I'm just trying to think of like relative to like what could...
I don't think it's not high, but I mean, yeah, like without the proper gear, right?
Yeah, because in the video that I saw, he was just wearing... It looked just like a jumpsuit and a helmet, which I don't think if you're 5,000 feet up, dude, I don't think a helmet's going to do a lot.
Yeah.
if you crash that thing.
You never know, dude. Peggy Hill fell out of a plane.
Oh, God, I remember that.
Everybody was bummed out for a whole, like, what a way to end a season. Any King of the Hill fans out there?
Yeah, that, I'll have to try to see if there's like a graph or something to like compare like what 5,000 feet would look like from the ground, you know?
Yeah, insert clip here.
I'll try to find something.
Okay.
And then, second story, out of Florida. They always have the best stories out of Florida,
man.
every
it's an
time.
Interesting place. Something's always going on.
It says, an airborne turtle survives a crash through a windshield on a Florida highway.
Wait.
A turtle.
An airborne turtle. So somebody throw it out of the back of their car? Like
someone got bombed by a red shell on the...
Wait.
Straight out of Mario Kart.
Yeah, what is going on? On the did you say the highway or the freeway?
A Florida highway, yeah. It says emergency responders in Florida said they were summoned to an unusual scene where an airborne turtle crashed through a driver's windshield, and the turtle lived.
Well, of course, they got a shell, man. You hit somebody in the head with a turtle shell going how many miles an hour, they're gone.
It said the turtle had apparently been struck by a semi-truck on the highway and sent flying into the other vehicle's windshield. So it basically did get launched like in Mario Kart. So that semi-truck launched the red shell at some poor driver in like the opposing lane.
And the turtle lived through being hit by a semi-truck.
Yeah.
And going through somebody's window.
It said the driver and the turtle were unharmed, so everyone was fine, which is the good part. And it said the turtle was released safely. After all that, they just like set him free. You'd think they would have like
hung on to that guy. That guy's
maybe like turn him into like a national turtle hero or something.
Dude, that would be the city's mascot, the unbreakable turtle. So,
if I figured when I first saw this headline with it was like an eagle or a hawk grabbed the turtle, because they do that.
The turtles, they do?
Yeah,
they drop them.
Yeah, they'll drop them and try to break the shell. That's what like eagles do when they eat a turtle. Apparently, they take them high up and drop them onto like a road or a concrete.
Not this guy. He can handle a semi truck.
Yeah. Then I saw the info said it was hit by a semi, which like he obviously wasn't like jumping and bouncing off the tire. That thing like straight squished him and shot him out or something.
Okay, hit him. They can ride pretty low, right?
I mean like. The turtle didn't bounce off the
front
of the truck or anything.
Him.
Like,
I guess
the tire had to have like squished him and shot him out or something like that. I don't know, dude.
Yeah,
it's just a weird situation.
Yeah, well, those trucks, they throw out rocks, and you're always scared driving behind a truck because you get little nicks in the window.
Yeah, I've had that happen to me before.
I think a lot of people have actually. So gravel or whatever, they fling it out, but to have a freaking turtle.
Yeah, what would you do if you were just driving along on the highway and then all of a sudden a turtle comes flying through your windshield?
Probably fucking crash, dude.
And lands in your seat next to you and is alive still somehow.
Yeah.
I'd probably crash my car too.
Dude,
I'd freak out.
Something hits my windshield, like, at that magnitude.
This headline would say like 15-car pileup if it was me driving
I
that.
don't know. Yeah. Yeah.
Caused by turtle.
Excuse my language. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't know what I would do. Well, it depends on where it hits the windshield. But if something hits your windshield that hard, have you ever hit a bird?
No.
I've hit a pretty big bird before, and it startles you really bad.
Yeah. Man. I've seen, not videos, but like pictures of like the aftermath of people hitting birds, like sometimes going through the windshields.
Yeah, this one
going
hit
fast enough.
I think Mario's with me. It hit the windshield so hard, it shook me up, and then it kept flying. I was like, I couldn't believe it. We were flying.
I don't know how.
We were driving so fast.
How, dude? I didn't think birds were that like resilient.
So this is an embarrassing story, but it's true. So I had one time, I was in Louisiana. We were visiting my grandpa, me and Jimmy. And I was driving alone. It's relatable. But I was driving alone they live like an hour away from the closest city, or like 45 minutes. And they had a really small town of like 1,200. But, so I'm sitting there, and I'm driving this car they had. It was the new Beetle. You remember when the Bugs came out? And they had like the spoiler that when you went a certain speed, it came up. You know what I'm talking about? Okay. So anyway, I'm driving it, and all of a sudden I hear wing. I'm like, what the heck? What is that noise? And I look over next to me, and this yellow jacket, the size of my thumb, is hovering over the passenger seat.
What?
Yeah, and I'm flying, dude. I'm doing like 65 miles an hour, and I'm like, oh shoot, man. It's all, I'm like, just stay over there, please. You know, yeah. And I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go, like, roll down the window, and I go, and it flies, dude, starts stinging the crap out of my neck, dude. So all over the place. I'm not even kidding, dude. So I'm like, I let go of the wheel. I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel, because we got to fight this yellow jacket. I forget that I'm even driving, dude. I'm just like, which is a terrible decision, obviously, right? And,
but I mean, what else are you supposed to do?
I don't know. Yeah,
you can't just let it sting the shit out of you.
Yeah, that's what I guess I should have done, though, because I'm gonna crash the car. So I'm like, oh shit, and then so I get it, and I squish it with my hand, and I throw it out, and I'm like, and I'm stopped, and I look around, and I drove off the road, and I was in this field, like, on the side of the road, and I remember just thinking, like, that yellow jacket could have literally killed me. But it happened so fast. Anyway, I hope I wouldn't respond that way if Turtle came through my windshield, but if I did,
it would be more dramatic if you
Well, the thing is it attacked me, so I didn't really know what to do. You know, so I just dropped everything, and I was like, I got to fight this yellow jacket, you know? But yeah, it stung me all over my neck.
You just manhandle it, just squished it with your hand?
What else are you going to do, man? Just let it, what can I do?
I don't know what I would do in that situation.
I was literally driving, and I was like, oh, shoot. And luckily, whenever it started, I let go of the gas, so I just, like, slowly drifted.
That's good.
But, I mean, there could have been cars in the other lane, there could have been all kinds of stuff, but yeah.
Could have rolled that thing.
I know.
I swear.
It's a little Beetle, man. I was like, it's not even a big car. But yeah, that was a pretty embarrassing story. So it's not like the turtle, but it I always think of that. And now, if there were a yellow jacket in my car, just so you guys know, ignore it until you can pull it over safely.
Let it sting you.
The biggest lesson I learned from that is that I should not have let that yellow jacket literally, start stinging me. I'm like, oh, Jesus, take the wheel. Handle this thing.
Was the window down or something?
It was in the car, closed door.
Dang, he was
nowhere for it to go out.
He was hiding the whole time, waiting for his moment to strike. Then
I don't know if like when I got in, if I I opened the door and like went to get keys and then like closed it with me in there. But I remember he was just literally like I was driving and he was like head height, and I was like, oh wow, dude.
He was just waiting for his moment.
Hey, and I was like, all right, I'll just roll down the window. And as soon as I like went for it, he just came at me with everything he had.
It's like, hell no, you don't.
Yeah, I was like, hey man, you just. What's your problem? We could have got there, it would have been okay.
I've never had any. I had one time where there was a spider trapped in my car.
Okay.
And I didn't know it was there, and I was just driving along. I just went to the car wash real quick. I was coming back to work, and I just see something out of the corner of my eye. It was like right above the, what's it called? The sun visor.
Okay.
It was just like right above the top of the windshield. He was like hiding in the little crevice up there. And all of a sudden he comes out, peeks at me, and I'm like, don't move. you stay right there, you son of a bitch.
You can't do anything.
I was
You're
just
helpless.
like frozen. I was like right around the corner from work, so I was like, just do not move, you little son of a bitch. And so I managed to get there and park, and he was like creeping closer and closer. It was like a big spider. It was like pretty good size, like the size of a quarter, maybe a little bigger. But I think it was one of the ones that's like pretty harmless, like the fat little black ones with the short legs.
Oh, okay.
And like white dots on them.
Garden spider or whatever.
Yeah. So I was hoping
they can jump though. Those are the jumpers.
That's what I was thinking. Like in my head, I was like, "Do not dare!
Yeah,
don't you dare!" You.
I wonder how many of them are like, "I'm gonna get this," you know, like because they do. They just like look at you and they're like, "I bet you're wondering what I'm gonna do right now."
Yeah, they're like sizing you up or something.
They're like, "You think you're having a good day is about to get bad real fast."
Like, homie, if you jump on me, we're both crashing this bitch and we're both
going down, man. We had one story. Just because we're talking about bugs, we were on our honeymoon, me and Mary, and Mary calls me and goes, Tom. I'm like, all right. So I go, she's in the shower, and there's a cockroach, like, it's huge, on top of the shower thing, like the curtain thing or whatever it was, the hotel we were at. And I'm like, all right, just stay still. She's like, no, I think I can. And he like goes down on the curtain, and I'm like, hey, don't do anything. I'm gonna get him. I'm gonna get him out of there for you. And she's like, I think I can kick him out. I'm like, you can't kick him out. Don't do it.
If you miss, then he's gonna freak out.
He's gonna fall into where you're showering.
Yeah.
And so she's like, I'm gonna go for it. She does it, and sure enough, it falls into the shower, and she's all over the place. And so we call him, and we're like, hey, we got this cockroach. It's the size of a baby, like you got to come get it, or you got to like we want another room. It was like it was a really nice room though, and they were like, all right, we'll just take like some money off. Really sorry. And I was like, dude, it's all right.
I mean, it's cockroaches get in everywhere.
They do. She was just like, oh, I can't sleep here.
Yeah,
massive.
Not if there's like straight cockroaches from the Amazon crawling around in there.
Well, it was by the water is why we were like on the water.
Oh, you guys went to San Diego, right?
Yeah, so there's like, our hotel room was like right on the water, and then so there's more bugs right there.
Yeah.
Like we went outside, after the cockroach, and we're like, all right, we'll just relax and lay on the little like chairs they had out, so we're laying out there, and it's really dark. And we see this dark figure. I'm like, what is that? And so, like, okay, it's cool. Starts coming towards us fast, and it's pretty big. We're like, all right. And then it lands, and it's like a crane, or what was that, a herring?
Oh, the like blue heron?
Yeah, so it was massive bird, huge. And we're like, oh, cool. Oh, there's a bird. And then like, we're both laying, so we're both just trying to chill out from the cockroach thing, and it comes to like right by our feet. And we're like, oh, cool, this is kind of cool. And it's all, just like starts screaming at Mary at the top of his lungs, and she like falls out of her chair, and it's like just like this blood-curdling screech, like like just starts yelling at us. We're like, dude, we're just like, what do we do? I'm like, I don't know. Do you want me to wrestle this thing? We just got married. I'll do anything for you, but this thing
kick that bird.
Pretty terrifying, yeah. And anyway, he screamed at us and just took off flying. And we're like, what the heck?
Those birds are just assholes.
Dude, we were like, what is going on with this place right now? We're just trying to
I don't know
what a peaceful night.
That whole species of bird is just full of assholes, I guess. They're like giant blue jays.
Man, I'll never forget it. Just turned to us. We're like, oh, hey, like maybe he wants to hang out. It's
just like a cool little nature
like
encounter,
a freaking,
but it tries to just eat you instead.
Velociraptor, yeah. Dude, Mary, like it was dark as hell, but even in there I could see how wide her eyes got. I was like, oh shit. And it was like closer to her, I was like right next to her.
Oh, that's funny.
It was pretty good. Well, I don't know, man. We were talking about that jetpack and stuff. Like, what do you think, if you could be an animal for one day, what do you think it would be?
One day. I would like to be, I think it'd be cool to be like an eagle. Because then you could be the jetpack guy of the animal kingdom and just fly around. And
so flying's big on your list?
Yeah, I think it'd be cool to fly. I mean, like, think about it. If you're an eagle, you're a predator. So
Yeah.
nothing's going to mess with you. And then you can just fly around and do whatever you want.
That's true. Yeah. What do you think about the like going underwater and stuff though? And she's flying over like deep sea.
Well, the problem is I'm afraid of heights and I'm afraid of the ocean, so...
What if you were just like, you're just a killer whale?
I mean, that'd be cool because then you're like the predator of the sea. And
Yeah.
no one's going to mess with you.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd be interested. You see what's in the sky. I'd be interested. What do they say? Like 5% of the ocean has been discovered?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. Like to be
It's
a
like-
killer whale, to just like...
I think that's a good choice, actually.
Yeah, that'd be
Can
pretty...
I change my answer?
Yeah, I guess. All right.
I'd like to be like
Flying is cool, though.
a killer whale's good. I mean, any kind of whale would be cool because no one really. If you're like a big humpback whale or
Killer whales kill
Blue
all
whale.
that crap. They're horrible.
yeah,
I watched a video. I mean, honestly, do you want to talk about assholes?
they like straight do it for sport, just
Bro.
for fun.
I watched, I don't know what kind of whale it was, but they had like the mom and the baby. You ever see this footage?
I don't
How
think so.
killer whales will kill another whale? I don't know, massive whales, right? Two big ass whales. The baby's like 10 times bigger than the killer whales or whatever. He's just huge. And they're like, all right, what are they going to do? So they start attacking the mom. And the other whales, okay, so there's like 8 of them, start taking the baby and pushing it down
Oh, it'll
until
drown
it
it.
drowns.
Yeah, I've heard
Takes
about
like an
that.
hour. The longest drowning ever. Imagine you're a whale, dude. It takes forever to drown a whale. And you're like a mom, and they're just like drowning your baby.
Yeah, they are the assholes of the
Dude,
sea for
over and
sure.
over. They're just like, it takes a lot of strength. So they're just like, hey, us 3, then we'll switch off. And they just go and over until it can't breathe. And then they get to eat the baby. And that's like, I don't know, man. I never knew that they were that I mean, they've been doing all kinds of stuff like that. They run down dolphins. They're supposed to be in the same family.
They're kind of like a street gang of the sea.
They're wild. They kill sharks. They're smart enough to know that you can flip a shark upside down and it's powerless. Have you heard that? Mm-mm. They'll take and manipulate a shark till it's on its back and then just eat it
Really?
alive. Yeah.
What the hell? I've never heard of that.
Yeah.
Dang,
I watched the
what-
whole thing on them, dude. I
that-
don't know if it was called like... I don't know what it was called. There was one... I got into a killer whale kick for a little while. That was that one about like the SeaWorld.
Yeah.
What's his name? Tatuni or...
Yeah, I can't remember
what his name was, the vicious guy who was like killed like 3 people and they like kept putting him in parks. They're like,
Yeah.
hey, no, dude, it's the last guy was, he smelled weird or something. They won't get you this time. What was his name? It is like Tatumi or something like that.
Yeah, and it's like some Hawaiian name or something. Like that,
Yeah.
isn't it?
So I got into a kick and then I started watching them. I think that one's called like Blackfish or...
Yeah, I
don't
remember Blackfish. It was like the big one for a while that everyone was watching.
Yeah, so that's what that one is. So there's another one where they talk about how smart they are, and I followed onto that one. So like, if a sea lion or a seal is on a bed of rock, what they'll do if they can't get to him, like in the middle of the ocean, is they'll swim together and actually create waves to push him off.
I've seen that.
Have you seen that?
Yeah, I've
It's
seen
pretty
videos.
ridiculous. They're like, hey, like coordinating, come over here, 5 of them. And they'll go up and then go down and just make a wave to push him off the rock and then he's lunch. You know? It's pretty amazing. They're really amazing. So, I mean,
Really?
I guess I would say I would be a killer whale.
Would you go along with all the killer whale antics, though?
I don't want to die. Those guys are ruthless.
It's just for a day.
I don't know. I try to go rogue for a little while just so I can enjoy the world, you know? I don't want to be punked around or...
What if you spawn in as a killer whale for a day? I don't know why I just said spawn in.
Yeah.
There's too many video games.
Yeah.
But
Did you load in there?
SeaWorld comes and like captures you,
Oh.
but you'd only be trapped for a day. But then the poor whale would be trapped for
Your first stage
the
just
rest of its life.
torture.
Yeah.
Not being able, like, they take you out of water and they're just pouring water on you and...
Yeah, SeaWorld, I've heard that that's what they used to do is like kidnap whales, basically.
Well, they would buy them, that's what that video is from Blackfish. They buy them from like Mexico and other like countries. It was like wild. They're like, so a lot of the killer whales we have come from like other countries' exhibits.
Yeah,
And that's why that one was so brutal. He had been like 3 or 4 exhibits.
yeah, they like capture them or whatever.
Yeah.
When they're young.
Yeah, it's honestly a super interesting documentary, but yeah.
It's eye-opening for sure, yeah.
It's wild. And then you see those things. So at SeaWorld, that you can pay to eat with them. Mm-hmm. Have you done that before?
Yeah, when I was young.
Yeah, their eyes look just like cows. Like they remind me of like this giant, like their eyes, they're just like looked at me. There's like the glass, and we were sitting here eating, just like staring at me. I was like, I don't know whether to be like scared or sad for you right now. It just totally changed my whole view. Yeah, I was just like, well, one, I'm like, this guy's just like, hey, I want to rip this dude to pieces. He's just sitting here enjoying a nice meal while I'm stuck in this water cage. I don't know, man.
It's rough, man.
It's hard to know how to feel because at one point I feel blessed that I get to experience those animals and look at them up close, you know. But in the second sense, if they are getting abused, you know, obviously I don't think that's right.
No.
Especially we know how intelligent they are.
Yeah.
So the other thing is they actually speak different languages.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
So what happened, and a lot of the reasons they attack each other when they're put in these places is they're from all over the world. So it's like sticking somebody that speaks Russian, Spanish, and English in a room. They don't even know how to talk to each other.
Yeah.
Then you get two that speak like the same language, and they end up bullying the others because they can communicate. And so, I don't know, man. It's wild.
They're crazy, man.
But they're super beautiful. They're very majestic. I would say it'd be really cool to be a killer whale. I would say the other whales are cool too, but they move slow. I'd like to smash in the water. Like, I'd want to swim fast and like...
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I can see that.
Go around.
If I were to pick an ocean animal, that'd definitely be the one because no one's going to mess with you.
Are we going to say, like, if you die as the ocean animal, you die in real life? Or do you wake up? Like, what kind of, like...
I don't know, man.
AI are we doing here? Because
I don't know.
I would just swim down.
And just see
what if I run into a giant squid, dude? Like the Loch Ness Monster or something crazy.
Yeah,
like,
what if you pick, like, a deep sea animal to be for
but
a
you
day?
don't... Yeah, well, that's what I want to go deep sea. Oh, do you think... Oh, those things can't go that deep sea, huh?
I don't think so.
They can hold their breath for, what, 30, 40 minutes?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you pick, like, a deep sea, like...
Squid?
Yeah, like, I think the colossal squid, like, hang out really, really low. Have you ever seen one of those before? Picture those?
Yeah.
They're like giant squid, but they're bigger.
Yeah, I know.
They're insane.
Insane.
They're like literally krakens.
Yeah, people thought they were fake, but they literally exist. Yeah. So what, you would want to be one of those? But then again, being at the bottom of the ocean...
You can't see shit.
You can't see anything, and then it's cold as hell, and what are you going to really experience?
I'd just go looking for shipwrecks, probably.
Yeah,
I'd go find the Titanic.
I think I'd still want to be the killer whale, just because I could jam around.
Yeah.
You know? Or like... I don't know. I guess I'd be okay with being some kind of crazy crab or something, be at the bottom of the ocean.
Have you seen the ones that are like, I forgot what they're called, like spider crabs or something?
Oh, yeah.
Where they're
massive.
Like 6 foot long arms?
Yeah.
Those things are creepy, dude.
I just want to be something that I'm not going to get eaten alive.
Yeah, that was my main concern too. I want to make sure I'm a predator animal. I don't want to be like some like prairie dog that just gets swooped up by a hawk or something.
A great white shark is whatever too. You know, those guys got, I don't know, I'd rather be a killer whale. I think killer whale would still be my choice.
Yeah.
You can swim around things, you can go deep enough, come up. I think they can hold their breath for at least like 30, 40 minutes, which is a long time.
Yeah. I think that's a good pick.
Yeah.
What about a land animal? You have a land animal you'd like to be?
Oh, land animal.
One that can't fly.
Yeah,
I think the eagle was like an easy choice.
Yeah, the eagle's a good one for the sky. I agree with the eagle, or like a condor or something.
Yeah.
Something big like that. And then for the land, what are you going to go for, speed? Like a
I was
cheetah?
thinking what a fun, well, I don't know about fun, but like just to chill out would be, have you ever seen quokkas?
What is a quokka?
I think they're, I don't know what
That is
country
the
they're
weirdest
from.
name.
Maybe like New Zealand or something like that, but they're supposed to be like the most carefree, like genuinely happy animals.
Really? A quokka?
And they're like, I think they're marsupials. They kind of look like a koala mixed with like a prairie dog or something like that.
Quokka.
And they just, or they look like oversized guinea pigs, basically.
Okay. Like big, massive capybaras?
Yeah, and they're just like,
Capybaras.
I don't think they're as big as capybaras.
Okay.
Those things are pretty huge.
Yeah.
But they just like, they're smiling all the time. All they do is smile. They have no known like natural predators. And They just kind of hang out and smile, and they have like no problems in the world.
That'd be, well, yeah, I guess if you're looking for a vacation.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
You're gonna use your one animal day on a vacation.
If I had to pick like a land animal besides like an eagle or something like that, it'd probably be that. You just chill out for a day.
Yeah.
Smile.
You don't want to be like a tiger or a cheetah, be able to like run fast as hell.
I mean, that'd be cool too.
Or like.
I don't want to spend my day killing other animals though.
Well, you don't have to eat.
I don't know what I'd pick. An elephant would be cool to be.
An elephant or a
It'd
giraffe.
Just be humongous. A giraffe would be cool. Giraffes are really cool.
Yeah.
Have you ever fed a giraffe?
Yeah. Fresno, it's like $3.
Yeah, I went to.
Which I guess is a lot of money now that I think about it.
What is it?
You give them a piece of it's gone in seconds.
The Wild Animal Park, I think, in San Diego.
I go to the one in Fresno. They feed giraffes.
Oh, I've been to the one in San Diego. I did it there. I haven't been to the Fresno one.
Yeah, it's cool.
I'll have to go there sometime.
We always buy an annual membership saying we're going to go like pretty often. We never do.
I haven't seen their zoo before. I want to have to go check it out.
It's expanded. It's cool. What about like any kind of like reptile?
What about a Komodo dragon?
What do they do though? Like, what's their life?
I think most of them live on like one little island, don't they, or something like that? They kind of just eat, and that's it. I don't know, dude.
You want to be like a frog that can like just launch into the sky?
Yeah, that'd be cool. Like a tree frog or in like the Amazon or something like that.
Or like a snake or something.
Man, I don't know.
Or just like a crazy fast lizard, the lizard that runs on water.
Or like an iguana that can swim too.
Yeah.
You seen those underwater iguanas?
Oh yeah, or dude, an alligator.
Ooh. What about like a saltwater crocodile?
Yeah.
You might get eaten by sharks or something like that.
Or other crocodiles.
Or other crocodiles.
Or leopards. Or like all those people eat crocodiles. They're not. People don't seem to be as scared of crocodiles.
I feel like every animal gets eaten at some point. Besides, I don't think killer whales get eaten by anything.
Killer whales aren't getting taken down.
I think you found the one animal that doesn't get eaten.
Unless it's a giant squid or something. Like that's what I was saying. If I like swim too deep, like what's down there? We don't know. What could be smashing up those killer whales?
Yeah, I will say I'm afraid of like the open ocean, but I've always been curious. Like that stuff always interests me. Like what the hell's out there?
It's another planet.
There's got to be some even crazier, massive animals out there that we've never seen.
It's literally another planet.
Yeah.
You know, like it makes up so much of the world. Like they discover new species like on literally the daily. It's crazy. Fish are beautiful and amazing. Underwater stuff is super cool. It's very intriguing, I think, too. Land animal, I probably want something that's athletic. Maybe even like, I don't know, maybe it'd be cool to be one of those rams that like climbs up the side of the mountains that's like wall too. But have you seen what eagles do to those guys?
Yeah, I just yesterday I saw a video of
oh my gosh.
I think I was scrolling through Reddit and someone had a video on there of like eagles literally just like they'll knock them off balance and just like, or they'll pick them up for a minute and then drop them and they're done.
They wait till they get to like the top. They're almost to the top of their thing. They're like, oh, this is awesome. We're almost made it to the hill, guys.
Yeah, and then they just
what's that?
Yeah.
What is that up there? Oh shit, there goes Dan. He's down the hill.
I saw like it was like a video of like this eagle that had like an 8-foot wingspan or some shit. I forgot what kind of eagle exactly, but those things are huge.
Dude, I've watched videos. They just throw those things down. Have you seen the one, the walruses that are all falling down this hill? It's like, I won't go into too much, but it's like there's a bunch of walruses, and it's like they're just rolling down this mountain, and for some reason they all collected on this mountain and then realize that there's nowhere to go, and they just like start rolling off the end of it, and they say it's because global warming.
Did they like die or something?
Yeah, they die.
Oh my
it's
God.
Like it's super far. Yeah, a guy I work with was like, you gotta watch this video, it's so sad. And I was like, why are they rolling down the hill? They could like literally, and then they're like, they have nowhere to go and they pan away, right? But this is an unpopular opinion, I know, by the way, but there's a whole walkway down to the ocean right around the corner, but I guess that was their favorite rock before the tide went down.
So their instinct is just like telling them to go up there.
Dude, and they're falling to their death, like constantly. And they're like,
That's horrible.
And the video's like all It's got like the sad music, and it's got like this walrus.
Dude,
It's terrible. Like falling down the mountain, and it's like, oh no,
Dude,
you know,
I
like,
hate
for the
when they do
walruses. And I'm like, what? Like, why don't you guys build a fence around the edge of this so they know, like, oh, hey, you know what, guys? There's a fence here. Let's just walk around that way. You know, because it's not like they're videotaping these guys falling to their death, right? One, so they're acting like they can't do anything. But literally on the other side of the hill, they can walk down and they would get right to the water. And they're like, isn't it sad? Like all the videotape. I'm like, you guys could literally be saving walruses' lives right now. Like,
Don't you hate when they do that in the documentaries? Like all of a sudden it slows down in slow-mo, the
Yeah.
sad music comes
And
on,
the
and you know someone's about to die.
Of an angel.
Like, dude, why are you doing this to me right now?
Is that how the song goes? The rescue a dog. What's her
Yeah,
name?
the SPCA.
Yeah. The arms of
Dude,
an angel.
That's why I can't watch the animal documentaries that much, because it always bums me out seeing stuff like that. It's like, dude, the cameraman are just sitting there watching this happen.
I was just like, hey, you guys, there's more options than just talking about global warming. Go over there and herd those things down. Like, you know, like, I don't know. I guess walruses are probably super intimidating.
Yeah, they're huge. Have you ever been to the Central Coast? I forgot, it was like Shell Beach or something. Not Shell Beach, but Moonstone Beach or something like that. Where it's just like all the walruses. I don't know if they're walruses. They're elephant seals.
Oh, yeah, those are huge.
And that's where they go and breed or whatever. And those things, I went there one time when they were all there.
Yeah, those are bigger than walruses.
They're
right?
huge, dude.
Yeah.
They're so huge.
Well, I think it is walruses. Did you know walruses are actually like transparent underwater? Have you ever heard that?
Really?
I don't know if it's walruses, so don't quote me on this. But I know a walrus or like one of those guys, right? When they go underwater, they're white, and the reason is their body immediately sends all the blood to the organs to protect them, so they can live in like harsh winters.
That's weird. I didn't know that.
And so when they get out, they slowly change back, and the blood goes to the surface. It's I'm sure a couple animals do it, but I know that walruses, like I watched a thing on them, like they're like, here's a walrus underwater, and I was like, it's like white. And then as soon as it gets out, it changes color.
That's weird.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. Another funny story about sea animals is what are they called with the horn on the head?
Narwhals?
Narwhals, right? So we were talking about narwhals, and my friend's mom, we were like, oh, narwhals are cool. And she's like, those aren't real. We're like, yeah.
She didn't think
Yeah, they're real. Oh, yeah, like there's a unicorn in the ocean. Yeah. It's like there's unicorns everywhere else. We're like, no, they're real creatures. And the debate lasted for a few minutes until she realized that they really exist. She's like, that's ridiculous. You think there's like a unicorn?
It's like straight out of, what's that Christmas movie? Or is it from Elf? What do you say?
You talking about narwhals on Elf?
No, he's just like, when he's like leaving the elf town, he's like, bye, buddy, hope you find your dad. And it was a narwhal.
Okay, dude.
Like waving at him.
Maybe that's why she didn't think they were real there in the Santa Claus movie. Anyway, I thought that was pretty funny. I wonder how many of you think narwhals are not real? I'm
real.
curious to know, but they are real. I hope.
real.
Yeah, but how about this? Be honest. Until this moment, how many of you thought narwhals were fiction? I'm very curious to know after
I'm sure
this
there's a
conversation.
lot of people out there that don't know about that.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. And then there was another debate about T-Rexes. Have you heard that? The newest one about T-Rexes?
Mm-mm.
They think they were dragons.
Like they had wings?
Yeah, that's why they had the small arms, as they were attached to these massive wings.
Really?
Yeah, like kind of like, you know, like birds have like the small arms. A lot of times they have like the big massive wings.
They'd have to have massive wings because things were huge.
Yeah, it's been debunked.
Oh,
But it
okay.
was like a cool theory. Like for a while, everybody was like, dude, there's dragons. There makes total sense. There was real dragons, you know? And I'm like, yeah, it's, you know, pterodactyls and stuff were kind of dragons too. But they're like, yeah, no, T-Rexes were flying. They're like, that's why they had the small arms, but their bones disintegrated or like over time or were gone. And this anthropologist was like, hey guys, I've been getting hit up in this a lot, and so I want to tell you for a fact, T-Rexes did not have wings. They were not flying. There would be some remnant of a wing. We would know. I know it sounds really cool. It didn't happen. And I was like, oh, that's...
I feel like they'd
You didn't have to say that. You know, I could have dreamed a little longer, but...
I feel like they'd be too bottom heavy to be able to get any air.
How do you know? I mean, how... I can't say anything's impossible anymore.
Yeah, I guess that's true.
You know what I mean? Like
it's not like I've ever seen a real
they
dinosaur.
definitely are bought. They definitely got junk in the trunk though. Those things. So yeah, they would need some.
I'm just going off what I saw in Jurassic Park.
Yeah.
But even then, I think they were wrong on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, most of them have feathers, right?
Yeah.
If raptors are covered in feathers, and I guess they're like a third the size they depict them on Jurassic Park.
Yeah, but they look cool in Jurassic Park.
Oh yeah,
so I
way
guess that's
cool.
why they went for it.
I want to live in that world, not the baby raptor world.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know. That's my opinion. Yeah, which we used to play Ark Survival Evolved, but you know, back.
Oh yeah, you guys were straight.
They're making a
hooked on
sequel.
That. I know, I saw that.
Dude, we could game on that. You weren't into it though.
I'm just not as creative with like base building and stuff like that. I like exploring and stuff, but I'm not good with like building stuff.
That game's more fun if you play it with people though.
Yeah, it
like you
is.
have to like have a tribe and like, but if they just make you so dependent like on each other, like if you're not logged in, you're gone.
Yeah.
Anyway, Ark Survival Evolved. I love that game. It's amazing. We should play it again sometime, Mike.
I still got it.
Okay. They have like, it's crazy now.
I know it's way different now.
Way crazy.
Than when we played.
There's
it.
dragons. There's a dragon
Really?
update. Yeah.
I didn't know that.
There's a whole dragon map now with like sandworms. It's like more like mythological.
Because we played it, what, like 4 or 5 years ago? Something like
Yeah,
that?
if
It was
not
a
more.
while ago.
Maybe 2016, 2017. It was
Yeah.
when it first was like in beta.
Yeah.
Remember we paid less because it was like the first, it was like $10.
Yeah. So,
When do you want to jump in here? We can talk about pranks or we can go into the...
you want to do Scat and Gems?
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'll take a little while to talk about.
I think like whatever we go with will probably be the end of it.
Okay.
You want to jump there?
Yeah, we'll do that.
All right, I'll just kind of like, so we're gonna do this segment, guys, called Scat and Gems. It's where we talk about a movie that we think that is kind of hidden or a series or whatever.
And this is the Netflix edition, right?
Yeah, we're gonna do Netflix edition of Scat and Gems. We're gonna go over something we think's great that may be hidden, or something we think is terrible, and you probably don't want to watch. Well, I guess it's on. I gotta think if mine is even on Netflix.
I thought you watched it on Netflix. Is it
I
not?
did initially, but I don't know if it is anymore.
Okay.
I can check
See,
here in a minute, though.
the Scat that I had picked out isn't on Netflix anymore, but it used to be. That's where I had watched it. But
I'll let
I don't
you
know.
start off, and I'll do a little jump on here and see if it is.
okay, well, I feel like the gym is always more interesting, anyways, because it's something that like we're actually recommending. So
Yeah, and we both love this. Both love this program, so just so you guys know. I'm gonna
Yeah.
jump into it.
So my pick for the gym is a show called The Last Kingdom, which I've been like raving about for the last year. I just discovered it like just at the beginning of quarantine last year because they had just released the 4th season. I didn't even like know about it until then.
Yeah.
So once quarantine hit, we were working like day on, day off at work, so I had more time just to kind of hang around, and my fiance started watching the show, and she was like 2 or 3 episodes in, and I was just kind of like walking in and out of the room,
Yeah.
just kind of like offhanded watching it. And so I just finally sat down like 3 episodes in when she was sitting there like binging it, and I just kind of got sucked into it, and I was
Yeah.
like,
So she was watching it first.
yeah, she started watching
Oh,
it. Like
okay.
I didn't even know about it. Like it's one of those shows where you like scroll through Netflix and you're in one of those moods where like nothing sounds interesting or whatever. And I would
Sure.
always like scroll past it and never really like gave it any second thought. And then she just dived right in, and I was just like hooked. Once I started like sitting down and like actually paying attention to it.
And Uhtred took your heart.
Yeah, Uhtred of Bebbanbo.
Uhtred. Never bug.
So yeah, I went back and I after we finished the 4 seasons, and then I went back and I watched the whole thing through again so I could catch the beginning of it.
Yeah.
Because the first episode's like super important, and
The first episode, so much happens.
yeah, it
First
like,
episode's crazy. It like sets the way. Like
I feel like they could have made a season out of just like what happened in the first episode.
we
for
were
sure.
talking about that. Me and Mary, like they really sped through the first episode, and it was probably because they thought people wouldn't be as interested
I
in the
think it was,
preface.
yeah, I think it was like probably like a financial thing because it was a new show at that point.
Yeah.
Like they probably was like a pilot. They wanted to like try to get to adult Uhtred as fast as possible.
Yeah, absolutely. Was it a book or something initially?
Yeah, it's a book
It's a
series.
series.
Yeah.
Oh, it is a series. Okay, that makes me like it even more. Then I kind of.
So, I've never read the books. I would like to now, obviously, but I haven't read the books. So all I know is like based off the show.
Yeah.
And I know that there's a lot, obviously, with any like book adaptation into a show or a movie, there's I'm sure there's lots of stuff that doesn't get written into the script, but
I'm sure
the show is fantastic. Like I love it.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite shows now.
It is absolutely. I love the show. I think it's cool. It kind of segues into different things, and like different characters. You kind of fall for all the characters. And the other thing I like about it is that nobody's really safe. Like main characters included. Like nobody's completely safe. I won't say too much because if anybody's gonna watch it, but there's a couple people you like fall for.
Yeah.
And they're like gone pretty fast, and you're like, oh, why did you spend so much time developing that relationship?
It kind of reminded me of Game of Thrones in that sense, where anyone can die at like any time.
Yeah.
People are just getting like knocked off left and right.
Yeah, it's definitely an interesting show. The cast is really great. I think that it's cool because I didn't know. Sometimes it's great when you don't know the actors because you don't connect them to anything else like that. They are that character in essence, you know?
The only one I had recognized from before was from the Harry Potter movies.
Who'd you recognize from Harry Potter?
What's his name? Him. Bianca.
Oh, yeah.
He was one of the professors in the Harry Potter movies.
Yeah, I think he's Voldemort. He's the...
No.
Yes, he is. He's Professor. He's the back of his head is Voldemort. Remember?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. What is his name? It's
McGonagall?
No, McGonagall's a girl.
Oh. I haven't watched the Harry Potter movies in a while.
I know. I'm not
Cut me a break here.
I am. I did. I just told you now. I'm not gonna.
Father Bianca is the only one I recognize.
Father Bianca. I know. I love Bianca, man.
Yeah, he's one of the best characters.
Yeah, what is he in? He is. I want to see if it has who he plays.
So if you guys haven't watched, you got to give it a try. I promise you it'll be worth your time. It's based on, I think, mostly true.
Yeah.
I think
Historically.
Uhtred was a real person, but I don't know if it was like exactly how it plays out in the show.
It's pretty close.
But yeah, the books are based on, essentially the storyline is like the founding of England, like between the Saxons and the Danes, which are the Vikings.
Yeah.
Like trying to establish a foothold in what is now England.
Well, so it's set after. So if you ever watch Vikings, Viking is when they discover England.
Yeah.
Right? And it's set after they've already known about England for a while, and some of them are living on like the land. You know, they're not coexisting per se, but it's a little further past there, and it's about like the conflict that they have, you know, trying to settle and fighting, you know,
control territory.
Yeah, they're always hungry for more, but it's really interesting. It's written incredibly well, like you said, and the cast is great. The whole show, and what I like about it is, you know, some people have like these medieval shows, and they'll be like saying like the F word and cussing the whole time, and it's like people didn't talk like that back then. So in this show, the biggest thing they say is arse. They call people
they
poops.
use like proper insults.
Yeah.
Arsling.
Yeah, they call people arselings, and they call people poop, and they call people like, they don't like, there's no, it's funny, what do they call, I know they call people a poop or like, I don't know, it just cracks me up the way they talk. But you can tell that the writers and, you know, the cast, they've researched like the way people talk, because the insults are hilarious.
Yeah.
There's one part where Uhtred's like, you know, talking to this guy, and he's like, you know, when I defeat you, they'll write stories about how bad you were at battle. I will pay a bard to write a song. We will laugh to it later. You know, it's like, that's the way we talk. And I was just thinking, like, that's like the biggest. And the guy's like, how dare you say you're going to pay a bard to sing a song about how crappy it is. Like, they'll sing about it for always, about how I beat you. And it's like, that cracks me up. I'm just like, can you imagine? You're just like, this insults will outlast your life. You know, like, just play it. I don't know. And the cast, it's good. It is good. And it's unpredictable, like you had mentioned. And I think that that's important nowadays. And with Game of Thrones really brought in, which we ranted about Game of Thrones one time on here, but Game of Thrones really brought in the unpredictable in writing. And everything seemed, to me at least, somewhat predictable for the last how many ever years. We've seen everybody out there has seen so many movies that it takes a lot to be like, oh shit, I didn't see that coming.
Yeah.
So when a series starts to do that, it's, you kind of fall for it. You're like, all right, I like being like surprised. That's what I want. I don't want to know everything,
Yeah. Yeah, when I watched through this show like the first time, there was a lot of like, they do like, not even really like cliffhangers, but it's written well enough to where like it keeps you guessing.
Yeah.
Each episode, and sometimes they'll kind of leave you hanging. But I mean, if there's 4 seasons out, so if you're gonna binge it, like,
yeah,
you don't have to wait to see stay tuned next week or whatever. So.
I think they're all hour long, right? Are they like hour?
Yeah, it's hour long.
Yeah, they're hour long episodes. A lot of watch time. The 5th season, I think they just announced, is coming out.
I don't know. They just finished filming the 5th season, which is the final season too, unfortunately. But
yeah, I think it's coming out this year. If it's not this year, it's early next year. So if you're just kind of trying to jump into it,
Yeah, I think now would be a good time to binge it, because by the time you're probably done, it'll be closer for the final season coming out. It's on Netflix, like we said.
Yeah.
All 4 seasons are on right now, and it's worth a watch.
It's got a
Trust me. It's so good.
It's got a ton of amazing reviews. People say it's the best show. I found out because my friend who's a firefighter was like, hey man, have you seen the show? You really got to jump on it, because we both like historical medieval films. And I was like, all right, I'll jump on it. And the first episode does start out, it's almost like a movie, the whole first episode is. And I was like, okay. And then by the end of it, I was like, I like it, but let's see what's going on. And then it kept going, and then I was just in. I was hooked.
Yeah, by the end of the first season, I was like, all right, I'm like fully in on this thing. Yeah. The second season, I think, was probably my favorite.
My favorite too.
Because there was just so much that happened.
The first one's good too. Is that with Ubba?
Yeah, that was with Ubba.
Yeah, that one's pretty solid. The second one's definitely good.
I like the second one because it introduced like the Uhtred squad with Finn and Sihtric.
Yeah,
they're like Finn and Sihtric are like my 2 favorite characters.
That's season 3.
Well, Finn came in 2nd season because he found him on
so third,
the slave ship.
Well, let's stop. Yeah, be careful, because there's a lot of.
That's all I'll say right there. I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, because the nun comes into.
Yeah.
During. That's 2.
Because
Is it?
Because I remember they like meet her in the first, but they don't really. She doesn't tag along till the 2nd season. I think.
I don't know. I mean, I almost.
I'll have to. I haven't rewatched it in a little bit. I kind of want to rewatch it again now.
Yeah, the fan said it. Yeah, that's. I don't think that's 2nd season. If it is, it's like towards the end of it.
I think it's like halfway through.
Yeah, because it's with the brothers.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's when they come in.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brothers come in, and then he develops this brotherhood with his characters. You really fall for the characters, and it's not like they forced it at all. You're just like this loyal team that he has. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's like his little posse.
You got to watch it. You can just make through it. We'll say it's no sense approved. I would say for sure it's both got 100%. Our stamp. Thank us later. Let us know what you think. Tell us in the comments if you watched it, and let us know.
I mean, if you need reassurance, it's like rated. All the ratings are super high.
Yeah.
Check Rotten Tomatoes. It's like in the 90s or something like that. It's worth your time. Trust me.
So should I even go over this? Our scat today? Should we just save it? We'll just do a gem and do a scat later?
Yeah, we could do that.
You want to do that?
Yeah. Because we'll have to check and see if this one's even...
I want you to watch it.
Yeah,
you have to watch it.
I feel like I need to research this one and get a feel for it.
Okay, cool. So
we'll save that one.
No sense approved. Last Kingdom, amazing. Gotta watch it. Let us know what you think, like we said in the comments.
Shout out to anyone that's contributed to the show or on the show.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you guys for the awesome work. We love it.
Absolutely, we appreciate you. And let us know if there's anything you think we should be doing more of, less of. We're going to try to work in some other segments and do full episodes more often. I'm getting this coordinated.
Yeah, we're still brainstorming, so.
Yeah. Heck yeah, we're going to do some. We got some swag coming.
Yep.
And some giveaways. So, again, we appreciate you guys. Thanks for your support.
Have a good day.
It's no sense. We don't have a gavel, so.
We'll get one.
All right. That's right. Some scissors I found right there. All right. See you guys later.